because my phone is going to die.
Welcome back to the Shid podcast. My name is Eli. I am joined here today with Daxter and Ethan. Today, we are going to be talking about whatever we feel like talking about.
Honestly, not a bad premise to go off of, just talking about whatever the fuck we want to talk about, just due to the fact that, that isn't that what, the majority of all podcasts are?
Yeah, that's like 90% of podcasts.
Yeah, dude, just talking about random shit. I mean, you can't even name one podcast that has, a specific itinerary. Oh.
Well, I had some funny stories with some coworkers and employees at my restaurant, so I thought it would be kind of funny to tell some stories about some shitty customers we've encountered.
Okay, I like that idea.
Ethan, I would like to hear some of your stories because I don't know where you've been working the past 2 years.
Wait, who?
You, sir.
Ah,
Where have you been
shit.
working? Have you been in customer service at all? What have you been doing?
Dude, I've been doing fucking, not great job-wise in the past, 2 years. Where I was a year ago working with you. But, whenever I was in Arizona, I worked at a grocery store, did not interact with a single customer while I was there. And
how did you not interact with any customers while you were working at a grocery store?
Nighttime, baby.
Lucky motherfucker.
Yeah, it kills your soul, but it's okay.
I mean, at the restaurant, I'm just constantly interacting with other customers, and it gets busy, because the restaurant has been understaffing us lately. So I had to whip out, the good old wait list, and everybody hates the wait list because at my restaurant, everybody's fucking grumpy and old. So every time I whip out the wait list, they're just like, "Are you fucking serious?" And every time I just look at them dead in the eyes and say, "Yes, sir, I am." And usually they just at that, or they keep bitching to me, and I put them on the wait list.
I mean, that's where bitching gets you, is on the wait list.
Oh yeah, I've learned to be a bit customers.
Yeah, I remember. I used to try and skip people off of the wait list because they would get so pissed off for getting put on the wait list. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't want to make you mad.
Yeah, for the first half of the year I spent working at this restaurant, I was just every time I had to do the wait list, I was upset because I would have to make everybody else upset, and I hated it. And every time someone would get pissed at me over the stupidest fucking reason, like one time, this one guy, it was like my 4th, 6th day working there, and I had to put him on the wait list, and he deadass looks me in the eyes, and are you fucking serious? We're not doing this again. And I just, oh, okay then. So my supervisors come out and they instantly say, "Okay, we could seat you," but some other bullshit. But he's just like, "No, I don't fucking give a shit. I don't like your face or whatever." He just didn't like me because of me, even though I gave him everything that he wanted and asked for, like a bit. All of the people in my restaurant are like whiny babies because they make a mess like their children all over the table. Just
wow.
Beautiful.
The first time I worked at Walmart, when I was working in the self-checkout, there was this one dude who was checking out, and something fell out of his pocket, and it was a crack pipe that fell out of his pocket, and it shattered all over the ground, and he proceeded to yell at me like it was my fault that he dropped his crack pipe in the middle of Walmart. And he was like, "Yeah, I want to talk to your manager." And I got my manager over there, and he got arrested.
That didn't go so well for him, did it?
No, it did not.
We had this one lady who we put toothpicks in the sandwiches at our restaurant, and she almost She didn't bite into the toothpick at all. She just didn't like how it was there, I guess. And she demanded that they make a whole new sandwich for her because they had a toothpick in it. Like, bitch! And for like hours, they spent arguing with this lady, and the supervisor came in and said, "I'll make you half a sandwich, but that's all you're getting." And she
Why
took
over a toothpick? I mean, like, even so, biting into a toothpick isn't that bad. It hurts, but
yeah, but you could see it. It's got a bright, colorful thing on the top of it. It's not
yeah,
like
yeah. It's not like it's trying to like sneak into your food and you know
like can you
make
put a
you
Like it's
give you
there to hold
malfunction.
the sandwich together.
like bake a needle into my burger, please? I want to bite into
It's like putting razor blades in the candy during Halloween.
that.
Yeah, but people actually do that.
That is terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny though.
All right, Ethan, you got any
Dude, what?
funny stories from your work experience at all?
Dude, not a one. Like my job sucks so much ass. Right now,
Where are you working right now? That's what I want to know.
I'm working at Amazon again.
Oh, again?
Yeah, but I'm not working in the fulfillment center. I'm actually a delivery driver this time.
Oh, wow. How much
Yeah.
do delivery drivers get paid?
$16.50 an hour.
That is shit.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yep.
Get paid 5 cents more than me, and you threw all this time to go to EMT school. What happened to that?
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I failed my national exam, and now I am putting myself on the line saying that if I want to go ahead and quit Amazon, then I have to go ahead and pass my exam, or pass nationals to go ahead and get hired on as an EMT.
Ah, okay.
Because working at Amazon sucks. So if I want a different job, I have to go this way now.
I'm at a
Yeah.
standstill in college because they're not answering my phone calls to take a math placement test, and all I need to do now is a math test to move on to the next college.
Oh, wow.
I
They're not
know.
answering the phone call at all?
I've called them like 8 times.
Oh, wow.
So
That's lame.
You need to walk down to the office and like talk to them yourself.
that's a great idea
Why didn't you think of that?
because I'm a lazy motherfucker and I'm an expert at procrastinating.
Yeah.
We all are in our own ways an expert at procrastinating, but I'm pretty sure Daxter might be the best at it.
Yeah.
I also get a whole bunch of shit done. Like I do so much stuff, I'm tired and I can't do anything else. But like I still have so much more to do.
What baffles my mind is how you can go ahead and like dump a bunch of energy into the drum and like then go ahead and like paint a picture and still not be like mentally exhausted at all or
Like
physically exhausted.
I'm fucking bouncing off the walls in my restaurant. I'm spending all day climbing up these big ass walls, and I still haven't cleaned up my room or my car yet in months.
Priorities.
You do what you want to do. You don't do what you're supposed to do.
Oh yeah, I'm still alive.
You know what
How?
is your car doesn't need to be clean to be alive.
Old Blue's still driving.
It's still going. Have you gotten a starter for it yet?
No.
I'll take that as no. Okay.
I drove my ass over to Monterey. It was a 3.5 hour drive and back. So 6 to 7 hours.
Wait,
and
you drove your car to you drove your truck to Monterey.
I did, and it had no issues at all. I just had to fill up my gas tank 11 times. No, it was like it was 4 times. I had to fill up my gas tank 4 times, and I had no issues at all.
How
I'm
far
so
is
surprised that you
Monterey
had
from
no
Yuba?
issues.
A 1997 truck that groans every time I turn it on, like an old man.
Monterey is like 4 hours away from Yuba.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was a fucking ways away.
Wait, that means that Old Blue can actually make the drive to LA.
Oh shit.
If it made the
If it made
drive
a
from
4-hour
Monterey and
drive,
back, it can
yeah,
make
and
an
that
8-hour
the
drive.
drive to Monterey is like through hills and shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was mostly just highways. It wasn't like any rocky roads. I just drove
Oh.
up to Sly Creek. That was about an hour and a half, and the last hour of driving, the last like 20 minutes of driving was all like fucking foot deep potholes that I had to maneuver my way around, and I hit a couple of them. So Old Blue's still kicking after that too. Shocks are still working.
Wow. Like, the only thing that I would like be weary about if you're gonna ever drive Old Blue to LA is mine. I would probably avoid that.
Your mic cut out whenever you said whatever the important thing was.
I would avoid the Grapevine.
The Grapevine?
Yeah, that it's like the part of the highway where you get into, like, so you know how LA is surrounded by a bunch of mountains, right? Or the
Yeah.
LA area, that city, giant, endless city. Well, in order to go ahead and drive to it, you actually have to go over those mountains. Shocker, right? So, the elevation is like 5,000 feet that you have to go from sea level. So, it's basically just climbing that would be the hardest thing on your truck.
Oh yeah.
You'd be going like 20 miles an hour while everyone else is going 80.
Oh yeah.
Guys, I am so shocked that my car actually made it from California to Ohio hauling that fucking trailer.
You showed me.
Wait, it hauled a
Yeah,
trailer?
I pulled a trailer with it. I can send you a picture of the trailer attached to my car. Let me find the picture. I'm gonna send it to your Instagram. It
Like
is
Please do.
true. And I saw the picture of your tire blowout. It was fucking brutal.
yeah, it was shredded.
Your tire blew out on the way?
Oh, two of the tires on my trailer blew out on the way, and I had one spare, and I was gonna get after the first one blew out, I changed it to the spare, and then I was gonna get the fucked up tire replaced, but they wanted like $150 for the new tire, and I paid $25 for my spare in total. So I was like, yeah, fuck that. I'll go to the next town. And on my way to the next town, this is in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Nebraska, by the way. In the middle of my next town, or on the way to my next town, fucking the other tire blew out, and I had to sit on the side of the road for 3 hours waiting for someone to bring me a tire and put it on. And then it ended up costing like $300 instead.
That sucks, my guy. That is brutal. Now, like, I wouldn't be surprised if you went and drove your Prius from California to Ohio. That wouldn't shock me at all.
Check your
But with the
Instagram, Ethan. I
trailer-
sent you a picture. Look at the fucking trailer attached to the back of my Prius. Okay, so the first problem we had, okay, while we were still in California, literally, so I went from Yuba to Sac to get on 80, and then I was taking 80 all the way here. But on my way from Yuba to Sac, the tarp that I had covering the trailer just shredded. The back end of it just fucking shredded. I was like, what the fuck? So we put on another tarp, and then we got into Nevada, and that tarp was shredded. So we were like, okay. So we got another tarp and a shit ton of duct tape, okay? And we duct taped the tarp around the trailer, hoping that it wouldn't shred, and then it still shredded. So we were like, well, fuck. We just got a shit ton of Gorilla Tape, and instead of putting a tarp on, we just wrapped the entire trailer in Gorilla Tape, and that didn't work, surprisingly. That lasted for like 30 minutes of driving, and then after all of this, we were like, why don't we just get a fucking cargo net? Like, why? we spent spent we spent $200 on duct tape before we thought about getting a cargo net.
It didn't cross your mind to get a cargo net or like any tie downs or anything like
Nope.
that.
Nope. We
You
were
just
just like,
cast-
yeah, it was tarp
you
or
got
duct tape. Those
fucking-
are our two options. And then we got into fucking Wyoming, and we were like, oh shit, we can just put on a cargo net, huh?
Jesse and I went to go pick up his motorcycle from Loma Rica, and I forgot tie downs. So we got the whole way there, and then realized, oh shit, we can't like your motorcycle is just gonna be slatted around the back of my truck. And when we got there, the truck was the fucking motorcycle was stolen. It was
Oh
gone.
my god.
So good news, we don't need the tie downs anymore.
Oh, that sucks. Man. Yeah, there was this one time, whenever I was like, oh god, I must have been like 6 years old. But I was living out in apartment complex in La Habra, and I was hanging out with all of my, I guess, like quote unquote friends that I had back then, from the apartment complex, and my sister, and we were all gathered around in like on the street of this one point, and those little awnings that rest over to like provide shades for like cars and whatnot,
Yeah.
like on the side. Yeah. So one of the kids that I was friends with, I cannot remember his name for the life of me because this was also 16-ish years ago. He went and climbed up on top of one of those awnings, like thinking that he was all like a little Billy Badass, like, aha, ha ha ha, look at me, look at me. And I don't remember if it was me or if it was one of the other kids that were hanging out there. They said, do a flip. And this kid goes and actually tries to do a fucking flip. And he goes and he lands on his left arm and he shatters his wrist all the way up through his like top arm in like 7 different spots. And me and my sister don't know what to do, so we go ahead and like run up to my dad. Meanwhile, he's actually dead ass passed out on the couch, drunk as fuck. And he wakes up, and we bring him out to where this kid was lying down, all shriveled and fucked up, crying his ass off. My dad doesn't know what to do because he's my age, and thinking shit, and runs back to the apartment where the kid's mom is, like because he lived diagonal from us, I guess. Yeah, my dad knocks on the door, says, "Hey, your kid's fucked up," runs back upstairs, and then dies. I look at my sister. She looks at me. I'm like, okay. And then, like, we watch his parents run out, and we think that they were just gonna take care of it. So me and my sister just walk back inside like nothing happened.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Yeah. That's alright.
Yeah, he can bend his
Huh?
arm weird ways now,
His arm in 7 locations.
Yeah.
Jesus.
7 new locations.
He could. Okay. So I'm going to Aftershock in October. I'm going all 4 days. The first time I went to Aftershock, I had some nasty ass chicken strips that like every time they hit the bass drum, I fucking felt that shit in my stomach until I finally puked on the Five Finger Death Punch concert. Like right, they were getting everybody on stage. Everyone was like rushing towards the stage. I was trying to like run away and go against the current so I could find the urinals and puke in them.
Did
Why
you
would
make
you
it to a
puke in a
urinal?
urinal?
Well, I didn't want to puke out in the open or on top of anybody. And after I
Yeah,
got
but like, imagine how hard it would be to clean puke out of a urinal.
after I
Who
got
gives a
out,
fuck? You're not the one doing it.
someone waiting in the line after me, shut the door in front of me. I don't go in there. I just puke. And he says, "Oh, okay." Walk away. And I turned around and he just goes in there anyways. I've had a bunch of shit happen at concerts I was at. Like the first concert I went to, Sierra took me. It was damn, I forgot what it was. But fucking I got picked up. I think that was Aftershock. Yeah. I got picked up and then this big guy who I don't even know, who's shirtless, picks me up and throws me into the mosh pit. And all of a sudden I'm running and I like my shoe's falling off. So I got to bend over and pick up my shoe and keep running with it so it doesn't fall off. And then everybody and like there's this other like drunk guy just standing there yelling at the band as they play like stupid shit, and he's kind of covered in blood, and he's saying like terrible, awful things like you're shit, like you used to be better, like he used it was like he was a fan of this band, but he hated to like watching them now. He had some kind of despise for them, and like talking
Okay.
and so loud, and he smelled so terrible that like little like 16-year-old me kind of gave him a little push, and he just like walked away very gently in the other direction, and I never saw this man again. I just pushed him a little bit, and he just turned around and walked away. There was this one time when I was running around the mosh pit at the Flogging Molly concert, and this one guy elbows me right in the jaw, and I have jaw issues, and I spend the whole rest of the concert just like fighting my jaw, and I'm waiting in line to get water or something, and I'm talking to this guy. He's like, "Oh yeah, this one guy has clogged me in the jaw hella hard in the mosh pit," and this guy I was talking to was just like, "It's me, that was me, bro. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean
was
to."
You
was
found
that
him?
when you saw the one dude that was at Shady Creek? Was that same concert?
Yes, he was he was talking about how he wanted to go do the BDSM massage, and there are all these women in latex like strapping people down and spanking them and shit.
Oh,
What the fuck?
what the fuck kind of concert?
Cruelty, you know?
I am confused but interested at the same time.
Oh, you want one of them BDSM massages, don't you, Ethan?
No, I like it
You mean to
piqued my curiosity, but I would have to know about it.
like I'm
He's gonna Google it after this for sure.
Oh yeah.
yes, I'm going to this concert alone, so I'm definitely gonna. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hope that I don't sit in the corner all day, just like listening to the band awkwardly. I'm gonna get up in front and be loud.
Isn't I thought Mom and Kaylee were going for some of the days.
I don't think they've bought their tickets yet, and it's in October. Like the tickets get more and more expensive the more time you wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I
They
mean,
do a really big, cool concert here at do you know the Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah.
The prison from Shawshank Redemption is in Ohio. It's the Ohio State Reformatory. It's currently abandoned, but they do a big music festival every year in July. It's actually happening right now. It's called Incarceration,
Oh.
where you go there and they play metal music and they do tattoos and shit.
Oh, that's in the prison. You were telling me about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they rent out the prison and they do that.
I found out the chefs at my restaurant are excited, just as excited as me, to go to the concert in Aftershock. So I'll see my chefs at the concert.
Are
that's
you
cool.
cool with the chefs?
Oh yeah.
Well,
She
then you can hang out with them.
cooks the best lunch. She just
Dude,
like gives
is
that I can.
Jeremy still there?
Jeremy?
Yeah, the cook
Oh yeah,
Jeremy.
yeah, the guy in the fancy suits.
Yeah,
Yes, he is
yeah,
indeed still there.
yeah. He was indeed the coolest one there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Like, I mean, like all of the chefs were cool. Like, I don't know, it was just something about them.
One of
Like,
them did a walkout and quit, but we have this new chef named Mickey, who is super cool. We have some new supervisors. Oh, I have some stories about the new supervisors. We have two new supervisors. One of
what
them is
happened to the old ones?
we still have all of the old ones. I don't see Kevin at all anymore. But like we have we have Gage, and Gage is great. Like he's fucking super good at this job, but super helpful. And then we have Teresa, and Teresa's kind of she's old, and she kind of doesn't know what she's doing. One time when I was setting up a ticket on the computer, she just walked up to me and said, "Oh, what is this? I don't remember this." And she hit save print before I was done with the ticket. Fucking I instantly freaked out and had to run back to the kitchen to make sure they get it fixed. And I had to tell my supervisor, "Don't do that again, please." Like,
Dang.
like this supervisor kind of just stands around and is figuring shit out still, but month. So I think she's figured it out already. She knows what she wants to do, and it's nothing.
She's figured out how to do nothing.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's lovely.
Oh,
Wow.
amazing.
Great supervisor.
Hey, Dex, do you think that if I walked in there and asked for my job back, would they give
uh,
it back to me?
What kind of terms did you leave on?
he didn't give them a 2 weeks notice. He just left.
But
Probably
I
not
didn't
then.
leave on terrible terms.
But
I
you
thought
just left.
They were
that is
begging
true.
him to stay, but
That
like
is also well.
I think you should try it. I think you should still send an application in if you want to try, because it'd be cool to see you
Well,
again.
well, like you should ask Heather if like what she would say because she is the one who would hire me.
Okay, sure.
Like, just be like, hey, just think about it because I was looking around the like in the past fucking week fucking Long Beach apartments went down into the shitter. And so, but Yuba City actually got a lot of really good deals on like 2-bedroom apartments right now.
Oh, okay. I've been building some
So,
we can move in together. I don't know how to even start looking for a place though.
I mean, if I were to go ahead and like call up the place and like set up like a time where you would be able to like go there and like do the application and whatnot, would you be able to go ahead and do that? Like
Huh?
actually like look at the property and whatnot?
Probably.
Okay, then we can do that.
All right.
Cool.
Cool. And Eli can come.
Yes, come live in a 2-bedroom apartment with 2 other guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Me and
Oh
Ethan won't
yeah,
have to share a room, dog.
sausage party.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it's not like I haven't shared a room with either of you guys before.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
You
not
did
that
almost
bad.
a couple times. The
What?
window's still broken.
I'm sorry, I did what?
Almost burned down my house a couple times. That window's still broken as well.
I
Didn't you
gave
give Manny
I
the money for
gave
that?
them the money
And,
2
like,
fucking years ago. That's on them now at this point.
we were playing D&D underneath the hippie, and we had like the hippie hut inside of the sunroom with all of like the hula shit, and we are like playing with these giant matches at the same time. It was
Oh
shit.
I
yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yes,
such
those
cheeky bop.
giant matches were great. Oh man. No, they were amazing. You can go ahead and fucking light them, and then like they would stay lit for a good little while, and you can flick them at people.
And then you can almost set Daxter's house on fire.
Hey, okay, I'm not the only one who did that. Jacob also did that a couple of times, and if I'm not mistaken, you did as well, Eli.
I'm some maybe. Remember when you tried to blow up a battery in the fire pit?
It didn't work. How
It did
It
not
did not work.
I'm
That
actually kind of
lithium-ion battery really let me down.
glad.
Like I was begging, like I chopped it in half and everything.
I remember when I was younger, I had a drone, right? When drones were like a big thing, and the battery in it stopped working, so I ordered new batteries online. When the new batteries came in, I took the old battery that didn't work out in my backyard, and instead of just throwing it away or anything, I just like sat it on the ground and I stabbed it with a knife, and it started to like it caught on fire, and I was like, uh-oh. And I ran inside and I got my dad. I was like, Dad, I started a fire in the backyard.
Brian so drunk he wanted to do s'mores in the backyard. So he went and he got a fire set up, had all the kids sitting in the backyard while he talks, and he takes this gasoline can and pours it directly from the gas can over the fire, and I straight watch this fire run up the stream coming down from the can and into the can, and he instantly freaks out and throws it, his whole hand's on fire, and I see
Oh my
fire
god.
walls to the house, and my like 9-year-old brain goes to go get one little tiny cup of water, and I go toss it on this side of the
No.
house. And they walk out of it, and I can get another cup. And Mom, she's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Okay. You're not supposed to put water on a gasoline fire. That just makes it spread.
We had a fire extinguisher, but I was looking for water, and I got a plastic cup.
Oh my god.
That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I actually lit off one of the two of the Roman candles on the 4th of July that we got from Reno last year.
Oh yeah, Dylan did too.
Yeah. One of the fuses fell out, and so this guy who was at the 4th of July party, he went and lit it with a fucking road flare and handed it to me facing down at a car's engine. I was like, oh shit. I almost if I would have grabbed that like a second later and pointed it up like a second later, somebody's 2006 Toyota Sequoia would have just been annihilated.
One of those
But
that we got, my cat had been chewing on it. Salem likes to eat plastic. So I didn't even see that shit. And so I was too afraid to use it. So I asked my neighbor to set it off. So he put it off in front of his house. And from the holes that my cat chewed in, I saw fire shooting out towards his bush. And I almost burnt my neighbor's house down because my cat almost launched fire into his bushes.
wow. What the fuck?
Yeah. I kinda just want to stick to the fountain.
Okay. I almost blew your like whole set of hair off with that shot from a potato cannon.
Tried to make a potato
Oh
cannon.
my god.
Like, did we ever shoot
Listen,
any potatoes out of that cannon?
we attempted to. That was such a bad potato cannon attempt.
Use it for tennis balls instead, or like lacrosse balls instead. You tried to say, "Fuck,
Yeah, but
it's like a ball launcher," and that fucking backfired.
Dude,
It's,
imagine if it actually worked and you launched a fucking lacrosse ball like 7 blocks away, and that would cause so much destruction to whatever it hit.
that was kind of the plan.
That was the idea behind it. I mean,
You guys are
not
like,
how
I feel like some vandalism today.
He tried to fire it, and he just like pointed it right at me when he made it fire, and it just seared off my hair.
Oh my god.
If we had a working crossbow launcher, I wouldn't have a face anymore.
Oh no. Yeah, that
Okay,
would
it
have
didn't have
killed you.
ammo. Yeah, it didn't have. Why would you have
Okay.
looked-
So you didn't light it while it was loaded. Okay.
No, it wasn't loaded.
Okay.
Thank God.
The laws on fireworks here are really weird too. Like, you're allowed to buy fireworks that go up in the air and boom and stuff, but you have to sign a waiver that says that you're going to go out of state to light them.
That's funny.
Yeah. Nobody does.
That is really, really weird.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's basically saying, hey, like for all the states like nearby, if you want to buy those illegal fireworks, you can just go back to your states where they're illegal.
Yeah.
Burn down your own country.
Burn down your own states.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's like the biggest.
Honestly, it's so humid here. I feel like if I intended to start a forest fire, I could not. Like, everything is so wet. I just don't think I could.
Dude, in California, it's dry season. I'm driving through Loma Rica twice now, and everything's just dry grass, and I'm waiting for it all to burn up. It's scary.
Yeah. California does that.
Yeah, but I don't know, I'd much rather have fucking dry weather and forest fires than humidity and natural disasters.
That's why we got basements.
I kind of want to go. I was thinking of going on a camping trip where I kayak through like the Sacramento River or like some river to like as far as I can go and camp as many nights as I can, like on the side of the river and bringing all my shit, my kayak with me.
Just like bushcrafting, or like bringing like a tent and shit.
Yeah, bringing like a tent and like a grill and like survival tools on like my kayak, and then camping on the side of the river at night and kayaking through the river at day.
That
That's
sounds
what
like
you
fun.
want to do.
Yeah,
I would do that.
that sounds awesome. And then when
Where
I
would
finally
you go and do it? Like the Feather River, or
is it legal to kayak through the Feather River?
I don't see
I don't
why it
think you
wouldn't
can make
be.
it. I mean, yeah, you can, but I don't think you can make it all the way down like through Sacramento.
Like, will I get stopped or like would it?
No. I think that there's just a point where like it's like a waterfall.
Yeah. There
Oh.
is a point
Like a
where it just turns
man-made
into a
waterfall.
waterfall, so you're gonna have to like watch out for that.
Now I'm even more. At that point, you get out of the kayak, walk the kayak down the mountain, and continue at the bottom of the waterfall.
Then you can. Then you can.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also
But-
want to. You first.
Wouldn't it be cool to go ahead and like do that, but through state lines? Like go ahead and find a river that, like the Mississippi River.
I mean,
Like,
that is a crime, but that would be fun.
that'd take like a few months, and then we'd have to get to a place, rent a car, and then put the kayaks on the car, and then drive to an airport and fly back.
Would
Yeah.
you guys do a cross country?
Or fly back to wherever the fuck we came from.
Say a cross country road trip. I just did that like 2 weeks ago, dog.
You
Oh,
wanna
yeah.
do it again?
But this time with the
Yeah,
purpose.
like
You had a
not
purpose in
anytime soon.
your new house. This purpose is to literally just go see some shit and live in our car for a month.
I mean, maybe.
If I ever want to move somewhere, I would want to move out of country. I would want to go like check out the Himalayas or like Mount Everest and see what that's about. You know, because I live right next to the Sutter Buttes, which is the world's smallest mountain range, and I'm looking in that. And with my new passion and rock climbing, I just like going to Yosemite. It was just so much bigger than I could ever imagine. I want to see what Everest is like.
Yeah.
But working in a restaurant, it feels hopeless to save up to go do anything outside of Yuba City.
I mean, you saved up quite a bit. I feel like you probably have enough to go for like a summer.
That's
Dude,
how much do you have in savings?
I've been hemorrhaging money. I've been going on a lot of camping trips lately. I'm back on saving mode.
Well, yeah, just stay in saving mode for a while until you've got like 10 grand saved up and just fucking go.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That would work. Take an entire summer off.
Go on a grand adventure and see the world. 'Cause I feel like all of America just feels too similar for me. I want to see what.
Oh, it's nothing alike. You can like actually tell when you get into a different state. Like the drastic difference between each state is so crazy, but there is a lot of fuck all in between fucking besides California and like there's two fucking cities in Nevada. I drove throughout the entirety of Wyoming and did not see anything. I drove through the entirety of Wyoming, didn't see a fucking thing. Nebraska is just fucking plains, nothing fucking for miles, all flat land. And God,
I do want to check out the Rocky Mountains and the Great Lakes.
I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last week. That was pretty cool.
What is that?
That's
the Rock
really
and Roll
cool.
Hall of Fame. That was.
You don't know what the Rock and
It's
Roll
the
Hall of
weirdest built. It's the weirdest shaped building I've ever seen, but it's like really cool.
Okay.
I want to go.
It's in Cleveland, Ohio. It's like It's like an hour away from where. No, I say like 2 hours away from where I am, but it's right on like literally right on the shore of Lake Erie, one of the Great Lakes.
Ooh, I want to go check out Alaska to see the Aurora Borealis. That
would be fun.
Right.
That'd be hella cool.
I went to the biggest cemetery I've ever seen in my life when I was in Cleveland. It's literally like miles upon miles of just graves, and like you can just like drive around in there. And I saw where President James Garfield is buried. His whole like he has a big ass monument that's just gigantic, and it's insane.
That like tomb looking thing.
Yeah, it's like a giant tomb for James Garfield. It's super cool, and like they do tours of it. Like you can go inside and like see his rotted fucking corpse and shit.
That's
nice.
Interesting.
We missed the tour by 5 minutes.
Damn.
They closed 5 minutes before we showed up there, and I was like, damn.
As hell. I want a refund.
Well, you don't pay for it. You just go there, and they just do tours.
Still.
And there was this one really cool, like gravestone for this one family. Let me look at my pictures here and see. They call it the Weeping Angel.
The Weeping Angel.
Yeah. For the Hasserot family. Let me send a picture to the group chat. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. It's a super cool like gravestone kind of thing. I just sent it. It is like terrifying up close, but it's really cool looking.
Oh wow.
That's awesome. I
But
like
yeah,
it. I like it a lot.
I really want to go back to the cemetery and just walk around for a few hours. We didn't spend much time there because we had stuff that we had to do, but I want to go back there and just walk around for a few hours because there are like big fucking mausoleums for people and like huge statues at almost every gravesite, and it's just like something that you don't see at the cemeteries back home.
Yeah, I guess there's not a lot of people who have lived and died back home.
Yeah.
I've stopped going to cemeteries at night, mostly because it just made my family more upset than anything. But
Yeah.
like, I was really seeing some stuff. Like, I swear to God, I saw like a figure poke its body out from a tree and then hide back behind it. Or like when I look up, there's like a swivel of light in complete darkness, and then it disappears. You know, like out there was actually like some kind of stuff, like a homeless man, and that we all saw in the cemetery. That
Yes,
I
the devil.
want to fucking see that. I want to fucking experience
But
that. That's
it
not
was
fair. I want to fucking
with,
be there. That's oh,
you,
upset
it's called the devil.
you were in Pennsylvania at the time, I believe. So
Yeah.
whose fault is that?
I was obsessed with Robert Johnson, and I was
That's
telling
my
you,
fault. That is entirely my fault.
and
Thing is,
he been trained by ghosts at night in a graveyard to play guitar. So I was telling Eli about, okay, let's go, take a guitar out to the graveyard at night and have ghosts teach us how to play guitar. And he was just like, hell yeah, we're gonna go sell our soul to the devil. And because
the
of that,
devil showed up.
there was this guy in like the corner of a dark cemetery, no flashlight, no cell phone, walking out of nowhere, looks at all of us and says, "What are you all doing here? Like, you guys need to leave. I'm waiting for somebody." And we just
He
like
was waiting for me because I said I was going to sell my soul.
we were there with like 6 other people, and so we just kind of like all packed up our shit and walked away.
Yeah, and then in the car we were talking about like what this guy looked like, and we all saw him differently. So how do you explain that, huh?
To me, he kind of looked like an older Marty McFly because of the vest.
He wasn't wearing a vest. He was wearing a gray hoodie and an orange shirt.
I saw orange. That's all I remember because it was so long ago. But I just saw a homeless man who was probably sleeping out in a graveyard, and we were disturbing him from his peaceful nap.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got a hat that investigator. I want to wear that out.
Wait, what does it say? Your mic cut out.
I got a hat that says paranormal investigator.
Ah.
Yes.
Nice.
That's
All
amazing.
right, let's talk about magic decks, guys.
Okay, so I have been like kind of slowing down on my building, but like I've been still like a lot of magic decks. I want to make a Esper type deck that is a life gang using or I can't even pronounce his name, Aloro. He's got like an eminence figure that gangs me life at the beginning of each of my upkeeps.
Okay.
So that's the thing. I want to go ahead and do something like that. I just kind of made like my ninja deck, but like the ninja deck that we have at home, not the ninja deck that like I actually want to get at the LTS.
So
makes me sad.
Ethan and I were working on this blue and white deck. That's pretty much just like no, and I'm gonna control the whole game because I have a bunch of stuff like war tax. I got propaganda, ghostly prison.
I still think that you should use Grand Arbiter Augustus the Fourth as the commander for that deck. I'm just saying, like Grand Arbiter.
And my commander, he just gives everything flash. So the whole idea is I'm gonna do all this shit on your turn. "Oh, you're gonna start your combat phase. In response, I'm gonna play propaganda.
Okay.
I feel evil." Or
I I started a deck today based around AC, uh, Tyrant of the Gyre Strait. He's the commander who he says you can play an additional land on each of your turns, and whenever a land enters the battlefield under control, you can draw a card. And I have enough cards in this deck that allow me to play up to like 6 lands per turn. And then I have, of course, an Avenger of Zendikar, a Beanstalk Giant, and then my plan is to get a shit ton of mana and then either use a card to like a Brain Geyser, but not a Brain Geyser because I'm not gonna spend $150 on a fucking Brain Geyser, but like something like that
Get
just
something
makes
that
someone
does the
draw their
exact same
entire
thing.
deck. Yeah,
my blue and
So
white.
you want like a Nyx Blue Ancient in that deck?
I did put a Nixplumation in here. And then I'm also getting a Blightsteel Colossus and both the Ulamogs just because I want them.
Dude, I want that Ulamog, that fucking alternate extended Ulamog that just came out in Double Masters 2. Oh man, that looks sick.
My blue and white deck also has a big focus on becoming the monarch. And since I have so many ways of controlling the game and making sure that you can't hit me, or you can only attack with one creature at once or whatever, I'm pretty much gonna keep the monarch the whole game.
Oh well.
Did you put Expropriate in that deck?
I did indeed do that. Yes, sir.
So you have a bunch of you put a bunch of cards in there that has like councils and judgment or will of the council and stuff like that.
I did have an advisor's deck. That was my black and white deck that had a bunch of the councils in it. But this one, I'm looking through the cards right now. A lot of it says like you have to pay to attack. I become the monarch. Like extra bonuses because I am the monarch. Unblockable
I
stuff.
I think that you should go ahead and focus a little bit more on like the voting aspect of it. So that way you could like go ahead and control votes, and then like if you can go ahead and like play expropriate, copy it, and then control the votes and vote twice, and like do something like that,
I mean,
then you
I
could
can
just lock out the game.
yeah, I could copy.
Yeah.
I don't think the idea is to copy spells though. I want to draw cards and tell you can't.
That's what all your decks do is copy spells, Dexter.
I don't want to make another copy spells deck, so I'm gonna try to avoid that. But I do have like
I found one card that I really like called Eternity Vessel. It enters the battlefield with X charge counters on it, where X is your life total, and then it says whenever you play a land, your life total becomes equal to the number of charge counters on Eternity Vessel. So like I could be at 1 life and have this out with like 40 charge counters on it and just play a land and be back at 40 life.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's cool. Put that into your Traxo deck.
Yeah, that could be good in the Atraxa deck, huh? Because then I could just fucking make it go up.
Yeah, that could be really good in that deck. You know, in my black and white deck, I'm probably gonna go ahead and take out some of like the cooler looking cards that don't do very much. To go ahead and put in like Sir Conrad and Mindcrank. A couple more combos. Because the exquisite blood and sanguine bonds wasn't enough.
Because that doesn't like instantly win the game or anything like that.
No. Or
Not at all.
like the sanguine bonds and all the other spells in that deck that say till your opponent loses half their life, you gain you double your life total. Because that doesn't just kill someone in one shot. I mean, it's good. It's a decent deck.
Yeah.
I'd say so. If I were to go ahead and like dump a few hundred more dollars on like literally like 4 or 5 cards, I could make it a CDH deck. Very close. Just needs to be a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm. I mean, all of my deck ideas are like more on a fun theme. So, like, it's crazy how my fun theme for the As Random Art deck that I see in a Coldicard deck became such a cool competitive idea because all my cards in there were super cheap. So it only needed like 3 mana to start running, which it was really good when it was starting to go.
Yeah. That
I want
deck
to build
can get way out of hand.
another fun idea deck with a lot of flavor that also works well. So I was thinking of like the Tiny Bones deck, where like your little skeleton boy says whenever you activate this ability, each player discards a card, and if they have no cards in hand, they take 10 damage. So the whole theme around the Tiny Bones deck is force everybody to discard their hand and then force them to take damage. And I think that'd be a fun idea because there's a lot of like Ethan, your black and white deck had like the underworld push him a bitch who said every time you draw a card you take a damage or
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Unraveler.
Oh yeah, it would be a deck like that pretty much where you can't draw cards and you got to get rid of them all, so you're just punished for having to draw more cards.
So, like you remember how long ago how I had that black and white deck that was in the cow with the beef sleeves or with the
Yeah,
hamburger? Yeah, so it'd be kind of like that, focused in on discarding and killing creatures.
I wanted to make a Gremlins deck a while ago, but like Gremlins are so scarce, and all they ever do is
There's
like
not
just
enough of a tribe for
yeah,
to
but they have squirrels now. And squirrels, it seems like a perfect idea for me because they have like this one squirrel that's a 1/1 can be your commander and is indestructible. And every time he does damage, he makes squirrels or whatever. So the whole idea is just get a bunch of damage and make him unblockable and make an army of squirrels.
Yeah, you could do that. There's a lot. Like squirrels have a really good tribe. Going right now, I literally just saw a squirrel while tuning decks earlier today. That I pulled that said like the squirrel gets +1/+1 counters for each squirrel on your battlefield, and you
Hmm.
could create squirrels with it. And it's like, damn,
It's
squirrels
Tusky.
can have hand.
Tusky Bear Secret. That's
Tootsie.
He can't be countered. He's indestructible. He attacks each combat, and every time he deals combat damage, you draw a card. So you really want to get this guy out because he costs 4. It's a mono green deck if you want to as your commander. So like it'd be a mono green squirrels deck, which would be okay. I could do a lot of mana ramp with that and then get my squirrels out even faster.
There's a squirrel commander that is it's not Totsuki, but he generates a lot of squirrels and a lot of mana. But he's green and black and Golgari. You might want to go ahead and consider that.
Or like another coin flip deck, but this time with the Rakdos. There's one Rakdos commander that deals with coin flips, and it's different from Zinder Split and Okun. But this guy, it's more like DPS and like sacrificing creatures than it is more. What I was doing was discarding and drawing a whole bunch of cards until I get the thing I need.
Yeah.
It could be more aggressive than the coin flip deck I have now, which could be a fun idea.
Hmm.
That's the only thing about the coin flip decks is you always have a 50-50 chance of winning.
Yeah, but that kind of makes it a little fun because on the off chance that I get a whole bunch of, it actually happens a lot. So when you get like 6 or 8 coin flips in a row, it's fucking brutal, and you get so much extra value out of that. The game's breaking.
Yeah.
Like with that high of a potential value, it makes sense that it could be a very low kind of lashback kind of thing, and I like that idea. That gambling.
Especially since you use Clerk's Thumb. Like, you have so many ways to tutor it up.
I only have one way to tutor Clerk's Thumb.
You need to know the Saga. That would be able to tutor up Clerk's Thumb.
Yeah, I could use more ways to get that. And I need more ways to get artifacts out of the graveyard, but I only have blue and red to work with, so I don't have a lot of like recursion in that other than the Academy Ruins, the land.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah. True. But still though, your coin flip deck, it's stronger than you give it credit.
oh yeah, 1v1, it's really hard to kill. In a group game, I kill one person no problem, and the rest of everybody else like targets me until I'm dead.
Well, yeah,
Because-
you just play a game of chaos and they watch you kill someone.
Yeah. So
Everyone freaks the fuck out. I mean, it's the equivalent of playing a Blightsteel Colossus. You just become like #1 threat.
Yeah.
like, you're on every turn becomes like a 300. It's kind of a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of a small issue there. I mean, I'm surprised Eli doesn't remember my Asban deck though.
Which one is that?
It was the last time we played Magic.
I have a terrible memory. I have no idea.
Ah, man, it's infinite combos, nothing but it. Like every other
Oh,
code goes
yeah.
infinite with another code.
And Exquisite Blood. We had the fucking
Macassian hollowed with all the persistent
infinite combo.
the undyings.
I hate that combo. It's so fucking confusing. It's like whenever they die, they get a -1 counter, but it also counteracts that -1 counter, so they could die again. Just do that over and over and over until it eventually, I don't know.
Yeah, it becomes infinite.
Combine that with the sack engine, and then take that sack engine and combine it with like target player mills a card whenever something gets sacrificed. It's game over. It's
That's how you win. Like it's over there trying to build a machine that's going to kill the entire table. And if you go ahead and like leave it alone, then it will kill you eventually. I watched it take out an entire pod.
And then you wonder why we
in
always target
Arizona.
you first. Because if we leave you alone, you kill us.
But you don't have to target me like every game. Like even when I'm playing like lower powered, like my Galea deck. Like it's a precon.
There's this one guy at the magic shop who Eli and I have played with. Really, really big guy, kind of smells bad. And every time he sits down and plays with us, it's always like a 5-player game, and he's the 5th one. And he brings out like was it the dragon that copies spells?
No, he had an Adrix Nev deck.
Oh, and I hate Adrix and Nib because of you, Ethan. And every time he whips out that deck, I kill that man first. And as soon as he dies, walks away to find someone else to play with. It's like, yes, I don't have to sit next to him anymore. 4-player game.
Man, did that Riku of the 2 reflection deck traumatize you?
It's just, copy creatures. It's too many creatures. Too many of them.
Actually, Ethan was playing it wrong because Riku says that you can't copy the creature more than one time if you're playing it because it's on cast.
Oh,
yeah,
so you can't. Yeah,
we were using it in a broken way.
So yeah, you can't do it multiple times with the same creature.
Bunch of stuff. Okay. So the infinite mana combo with the 2 reflections did not work.
I can still go ahead and can't like copy it, but like and get like a bunch of mana. There's no infinite combo or infinite mana combo in that deck.
Adrix and Niv said whenever a token entered, you make a double of that token, right?
Yeah, so I did go ahead and upgrade that deck, and I put a mirror box in it. So I will be able to go ahead and copy Ajax and Niv with Riku, and then copy that again.
It was
With
funny. I
Snowbound comes
I copied a non-legendary version of Atrix and Niv, and like that token made a token of itself, and the next turn it did it again because I had Helm of the Host, I think, and Helm of the
Yeah,
Host on. Yes, so every
yeah, the
turn it
Helm of the Host combo.
gets bigger and bigger, more and more
Oh
Atrix.
man.
They all
It's
copy each other.
not okay. So I found out at the LGS because I did actually get that combo off at one point. It is not infinite, but it is critical mass, and it is huge. But you do have to keep track of it.
That's
So it sucks to pull off.
There's just a whole bunch of stuff to keep track of.
Yeah, yeah, it really sucks to pull off. So I'm probably not gonna be doing that, but I don't play with Riku of the Two Reflections very often anymore. Hell, I haven't played Magic very often. In a while.
I
I've
found
been
a board game shop like 10 minutes down the road from me where they do Commander Night every Saturday. So I'm going to that.
I've been helping Christian from work help build a deck about fucking Eldrazi's. It's a Commander Eldrazi deck, and right now it kind
Wait,
of.
what Eldrazi are you using? Kozilek?
Do you remember what it was, Eli?
I think it was Kozilek, yeah.
Kozilek the Great Distorter.
He spent all the money on the biggest, scariest Eldrazi. His deck
Yeah,
kind
of course. Every Eldrazi is expensive as fuck.
Yeah,
Every
brutal.
big Eldrazi, or at least all of the Titans are.
My food
Yeah,
token
they're brutal.
pretty much take
Man,
it out every time. I've been helping him make a better version of the deck. I think he needs more like removal and mana ramp because it's a 5-color deck, and he's really struggling on getting all of his colors.
Wait, if it's a 5-color deck, but like what's the commander? If it's
Right, then it
if
can't be
the commander is Kozilek,
No,
yeah, Kozilek
right
is a
he
0
has
color commander.
basic mana in his deck, so he has to run. Oh my god, it's a shapeshift. Yeah, he's running some ways. He has a shapeshifter that Morophon, is that it?
Morophon the Boundless.
That's what he's using. I remember now. He's running that with his deck, and it just gives him all the colors he needs. I don't think he's found the perfect commander. We're helping him find the commander.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. It's great because like about a year ago or whatnot, the only time we ever saw Eldrazi's were whenever we would be fighting like Logan.
Yeah, whenever he would pull out fucking his Xenagos deck. His Xenagos deck had an Ulamog and an Emrakul in it.
That did the trick.
Bruvac had a Kozilek in it.
His Bruvac deck.
Yeah.
The mill deck?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I ever saw that. I'd never lived long enough.
Oh yeah, Chris was working on a mill deck, and I told him about Bruvok, and he was just like, yes. He was running whatchamacallit. Remember my Sea Creatures deck? I had those
The Hedron crabs?
No, it was the big sea creature. That's whenever it dealt damage or attacked.
Yeah.
Fuck. The Fleet Swallower.
Fleet Swallower, yes. We had a Fleet Swallower as his main idea for a mill deck. So I told him about Bruvok, and he was like, "Oh yes.
Does Bruvak as the commander play as Fleet Swallower and kill someone in one hit? Like
exactly.
Baxter, I still want you to go ahead and build a fucking whatchamacallit, what is his name? He just came out in New Capenna.
I have a Henzi toolbox deck, but I didn't build it.
Toolbox.
It is Lord Xander. The one whenever he hits, he mills half a player's library. Whenever he dies, he destroys half a player's permanent.
Oh yeah, that
Stuff
guy.
like that.
Yeah,
Whenever he ETBs, he does something wild.
yeah. With that, I guess you would want to like blink him a whole bunch to get the ETB ability, and find a bunch of ways to recur him as well. So that
If
way
you
you get
find Bruvac and like in the 99, find him and then just have your commander, but like get like a mirror box and copy him a bunch of times, so that way you can just go ahead and send one Lord Xander at each of your opponents, have a Bruvac on the battlefield, kill all of your opponents at once.
I think I'll upgrade my Jaliva deck.
A little convoluted.
Because I took out so many other cards and replaced it with some other stuff. I think I want to just start from fresh and redo the whole Jaliva deck.
Okay. Did you ever see that commander that I told you about that would be like a good replacement for Jaliva? If you want to put Jaliva in the 99?
What card was it?
I can't remember her name, but she was also a vampire wizard that was in Grixis. Lets you play spells from your graveyard, or instants and sorceries from your graveyard. And you're in Grixis, so it's easy to go ahead and just find any sort of creatures or whatnot in your graveyard. You could just go ahead and use your graveyard for whatever at that point in Grixis.
Oh, yeah.
But Grixis sucks at ramp, and I suck at building Grixis decks.
I found some cards and I put them in the landfall deck that I'm making that allow me to search an opponent's library for cards and then exile them or put them onto my battlefield.
Oh. Okay.
So like there's one called Extract that just says search target player's library for a card, remove that card from the game, and then that player shuffles their library. And then there's another one that says search target player's library for up to 7 cards, remove them from the game, and then that player shuffles their library. So
Ethan,
like
with just build all of the combos, you can just exile all of those combos right off the bat.
yeah, I could just find every card that has like some combo. Like every card that he uses for a combo, I could just exile like 7 of them straight out of his deck before he can even find them.
Good luck.
You would have to go ahead and mill 2/3 of my entire deck in order to find every single combo piece.
Jesus Christ. Well, once I figure out all the combos, I could figure out what you need for each one to work properly. And I can get out at least 7 things that are going to fuck me up.
Yeah, really, what you would need to do, if you could learn the combos, you could go ahead and, 7 would be more than enough to go ahead and take out, the main parts that I would need to go ahead and actually get my combos running online, because, a lot of the combos are, 3-card combos. Some of them are even 4-card combos, but they're very interchangeable. I think at the minimum, I have, 3 of each type for each type of combo, or each type of card that you need for each combo.
Yeah.
So, it's cool. It's a cool deck.
I feel like that's probably going to be painful to play against.
Yeah. I want to see what new deck builds has been working on.
Oh, yeah, we haven't talked to Bill in forever.
He had a really cool Shadowborn Apostles deck. that control
Yeah.
hold.
The Athreos Shadowborn Apostles. That, like, every time I bring my Athreos deck to an LGS, they're like, "Is that the Shadowborn Apostles deck?" And I'm like, "No, it's more original." Like, I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know.
Do you think I have $30 to spend on each Shadowborn Apostle? No.
It just got reprinted. It's down to like $2.
Oh wow, that's actually really good. Now's the time to make a Shadowborn Apostles deck if you're gonna make one.
Yeah, it's true. And like,
You could
same
buy
thing with
30
like
of them for fucking
the,
$60.
you can. And also the whatchamacallit thing, the thing that you need to ripple it, the Spire, that also did just get reprinted in Double Masters.
Wow.
So it's like $10. Like,
That's still a
I
lot for a piece of cardboard.
it is still a lot, but it's a lot better than $80. You know,
Yeah.
like I went and bought a Double Masters pack the other day, and I pulled a Valkanori. It's cool.
Fucking Blightsteel Colossus is up to fucking like $130 now.
What version?
11 infect, right?
Yeah, that's the 11/11 Infect Trample.
Damn.
I think
Yeah.
it's indestructible too, right?
Yep.
Let me
Whenever
see.
he dies or leaves the battlefield, he gets shuffled back into your library.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one.
Blightsteel Colossus. You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the Mirrodin Besieged one, it's $134 for the foil.
Jesus. I have the Double Masters foil alternate, like borderless one.
Oh yeah,
My-
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Did you pay for that or did you pull it?
I paid for that.
Oh my god.
But it was a gift. Someone gave me money to buy it.
Because that one's
So,
like $90. Damn near
yeah.
$100.
It's cool. You could probably buy a Blightsteel Colossus for like $60 though if you just get like the base version.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be flashy with it. I just wanted that for my ninja deck because I also want.
The other Ulamog, the Infinite Gyre one, was reprinted in Double Masters as well, and it's down to like 37.
Yeah, I was thinking about snatching me a pair of each of the Eldrazi Titans.
Yeah.
I mean, like, because even like the alternate art is like, I mean, that one's like $80.
They haven't reprinted the Ceaseless Hunger. It was just in Battle for Zendikar, and then that's it. So it's like $50 for that one right now. And then if you want a foil, it's like $180
Ew.
for the Ceaseless Hunger.
You know, like Mana Vault just got reprinted, and it's still like $100.
No, it's 50.
It's 50 right now.
Yeah.
You know, Sensei's Divine Top is like $20 right now.
What's the Mana Vault again? Is it the coin flip card?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's the one where you tap it and you store 3 colorless mana. You can play it for free.
There's one coin flip card that's a staple for coin flips. It says on your upkeep, flip a coin, and if you lose, take 3 damage, right? But it just
take 2 damage. It's mana crypt.
Mana crypt.
Yeah, the $200 card.
Yeah, I would.
It's $170.
I would really like that card in my deck, but I can't justify it.
Well, you can get Proxy.
Oh yeah, and then
I mean, don't know
it's
how
not not like we play in like tournaments and shit. I don't see any problem with having proxies in our decks.
But if I had a proxy, I wouldn't love my coin flip deck as much as I do. I would think of it as like an adopted child.
I think that proxies are okay so long as you have like you own a version of that code, like a real version of that code. I think that they're totally fine though.
I do think it's funny when I'm playing at the shop and then someone pulls out a deck with some proxy cards in it, and it's like this
That's like
really
100% proxies.
Like
Yeah.
100% proxies, and they're all like $100,000 cards. You know.
yeah, and he's kicking our ass with it, and then
Yeah.
I'm not having as much fun with that.
Yeah. I mean, I was playing with some guys at the shop here, and they have like the proxy like fetch lands and shock lands and shit, and I was like, I'm okay with that. That's fine.
Yeah. Like
It's not like they proxied like a game-winning card that costs like $200. They proxied a land. Like, come on.
yeah, but that land's also like $40.
But it's a land. Like,
That's or like when they proxy the $400 lands. I mean, like I don't even get upset with that. Like, oh, like whenever I'm playing at the shop, it's not a big deal for proxies. It's just like like if you have proxies and it's like woo woo, like just let me know ahead of time, I guess.
yeah.
Like, but I guess like one of you also like playing at a shop. What's the difference between playing with someone who proxied their entire deck and playing with someone who went and dropped a few $1,000s on their deck?
Well, it just depends on how you have fun, I guess. Because I bet
I
the
feel
person
like Commander, it's a casual format. It was meant to be a casual format, okay? And I feel like if you're really tripping about somebody proxying cards in a casual format, you should stop.
Probably not play Commander.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
play fucking Modern or Standard where you're not allowed to proxy cards where it matters.
pay for your cards, god damn it. It's a big deal.
I mean, like, come
Well,
on, I paid for the proxies.
I had to pay for ink and paper.
I paid $5 for this $300 card. Come on.
give me a little bit of credit. I mean, I'll give it to them. I mean, like some proxies are cool, especially if like
There's
they're like
There's this
the
one
color.
website called Proxy King that you can just get like all the most expensive cards. Oh, my computer shut. Oh, okay. You can get like all the most expensive cards for like $5 a piece for a proxy. And the cards, they look super real. Like, if you didn't know what you were looking for, you would not be able to tell that this is a fake card.
Oh, they make fake magic cards.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably not legal, but that is kind of cool. I do like alternate art versions of cards that fans make. I think that is badass.
Yeah, like I on Reddit in the MTG subreddit, they have a bunch of people posting like pictures of extended art that they made themselves, like they physically painted the card and shit. It's really cool.
Like if you buy the card, you can do whatever you want with it. Go ahead and paint that shit.
Yeah.
As long as you know what it is and what it does. Yeah.
Yeah. Go
Like,
ahead
I paid
and
Ulamog over this 1/1 elf. Now it's an Ulamog.
I don't think you can do that. That doesn't seem legal.
it's fair. It's a new game piece. You're just changing a game piece.
I'm
It's like
sorry.
think about like the game pieces in 40K or in like Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, you go ahead and change that.
I mean, if we're playing Dungeons and Dragons on like a notebook with paper and stuff, is that technically like not?
Altering the game.
Yeah, it's not like the real Dungeons and Dragons. Technically, how would I describe it? It's kind of like if you write your own campaign without the official Dungeons and Dragons book, are you plagiarizing?
I mean, that's how the original Dungeons and Dragons was played, though. Like,
because
when my dad and his brothers were kids, they used to play, and they told me that they just use like a notebook, and they didn't even have the official rule book or anything like that, or They just made up their own shit.
Like the idea of Dungeons and Dragons is just roll some dice. Here's a basic set of rules. Go make everything else your own. And that's a really cool idea. There's essentially no rules to that.
But then there is like you can buy like pre-made campaigns, right?
From Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, you can buy them from Wizards of the Coast, and they have like the whole like board set up and shit, and you can actually like play by the rules if you want to. But I think it's a lot more fun when you make up the story. Like when your DM makes up the story themselves, and it's like, you know, you feel like you actually did something instead of like, because like if you buy a campaign and then you DM that campaign, like there's no part of that is you. That's just like. It's like playing a board game where you're not even a player. Like you just get to sit there and read this booklet that somebody else wrote.
I bet the DM's voice is always going to be like monotone, like he's reading from the book.
Yeah.
Unless he's read the whole thing, you know, all the way so you could memorize it. So it's way more fun when you can just like make up anything else on the fly. And I'd be a lot more interested when I'm writing it than when I'm reading someone else's shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't really played a hell of a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, so I don't really have that much of an opinion on it. I'm sure that like it would be extremely fun. I would love to go ahead and actually like DM and give that a try.
Could we do a Dungeons and Dragons campaign on a podcast? Is that possible?
I mean, we could, yeah, technically.
Live stream Dungeons and Dragons.
We could live stream it.
That sounds like a good idea in the future.
Yeah, in the future.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like that.
Maybe.
All right, we have been going for over an hour, so we're gonna go ahead and close this episode off here. Guys, if you have any ideas, just go ahead and put them in the topics thing, and we'll talk about it next episode. Anyways, Thank you guys for coming. If there is anyone listening to this, I doubt it, but probably, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. See you next time.